defiant.
Dedicated, tenacious,
great imagination.
strong as hell.
Sounds like a Greek to me.
And action.
I became involved in Cliffs of Freedom when my producing partner, Casey Cannon, who was already working on the project, asked me to come in and help them refine the story and the characters. A Greek woman named Marianne Metropolis had come up with this story idea about a Greek village girl who falls in love with a Turkish officer. And she spent many, many years trying to find a team that she could trust with it.
Marianne, my wife, first wrote the story in 1995, so she persevered and worked very, very hard for more than 20 years to get it to this stage. She wanted to express it in her own Greek cultural way, and that was important to her. And she was very lucky to come together with Van and Casey with the type of expertise they brought to the party to make this thing a reality.
One of the things that drew me to Cliffs of Freedom was the opportunity to do something different from the kind of films that I had worked on in the past. It's a fascinating period of history that I had never seen covered in a mainstream American film before.
Van started telling me the story, and I just went quiet. And then a few tears came out in the middle, and I just said to him, I said, we need to do this.
He's a director of great imagination. It takes a lot to bring all this together. I mean, from the start, Van has been so involved.
This is a wonderful story and beautiful adaptation. So, you know, there's no shortage of texture and dimension at every corner in the piece.
Coming from a visual effects background, I know full well that all the cool visuals in the world don't matter if the story and characters aren't compelling. So I really tried to give the actors the ability to dig into some nuances and complexity in their characters and their conflicts.
He cares deeply for these characters. They mean a lot to him. And you see it in his direction and the way he interacts with us. He also cares about what we think too, what our take on the characters are, what we would do in the situation if it were real.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a kind of actor, I'll come at you with all my ideas. And Van wanted to hear them. He wanted to get involved with you and figure things out.
He knows his material, and he knows his characters.
So he's paid attention to detail because he has been behind the scenes a lot, making these great films.
You know him from, Terminator and Titanic and all that extraordinary work he's done, where his job has been to have an eye on detail.
And now he's the general, and he's making sure he's staying with it. He's tenacious.
Even after 3 decades of working in the movie business, it's still an eye-opening and humbling task. As I found out, just playing on the team is not the same as leading the team. And I'll always be grateful to Marianne and Dean Metropolis for the opportunity to direct my first feature.
Van is very defiant in his telling of this story, and I love that.
It's great to have a captain of the ship that cares so deeply about the story, about portraying it in the right way.
To have someone like that bringing this project to life has been fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very special experience working with Van.
It's a great process. Talented man.
So I just had fun working with Van, so I hope we work together again.
Making this film in some ways was like the Greek War of Independence. We were this small band of rebels fighting for freedom and trying to do justice while being surrounded by forces that were trying to tear us down. But ultimately, like the Greeks, I think we were able to win.
And cut! There you go! There you go! Very nice!
You want to go one more? We got it.
No, we got it.
All right, we got it.
There you go.
That was awesome.
All right.